The Adolf Hitler's name is forever etched in history as the dictator of Nazi Germany. However, few know that the man who would orchestrate one of the darkest chapters in human history harbored artistic aspirations in his youth. Hitler's early life was marked by a deep passion for painting and drawing, a passion that would ultimately be met with disappointment and rejection. In the quiet Austrian town of Linz, young Adolf dreamed of becoming an artist, his sketchbooks filled with landscapes, buildings, and portraits. He yearned to escape the confines of his provincial upbringing and sought admission to the prestigious Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna, the heart of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. In 1907, filled with hope and ambition, Hitler traveled to Vienna to pursue his artistic dreams. He took the entrance examination for the academy, confident in his abilities. However, fate had other plans for the young artist. To his dismay, Hitler failed the exam. The rejection came as a crushing blow, shattering his confidence and leaving him deeply disillusioned. Undeterred, he reapplied the following year, only to face rejection once more. The Academy's assessment was clear. Hitler's talents lay elsewhere. While he displayed some skill in architectural drawing, his grasp of human figure drawing was deemed insufficient. This period of rejection and disappointment proved to be a turning point in Hitler's life. The doors to the art world he so desperately wanted to be a part of had been slammed shut. The sting of failure fueled a growing resentment within him, a resentment that would fester and metastasize in the years to come. Forced to confront the reality of his artistic limitations, Hitler found himself adrift in Vienna, a city teeming with political and social unrest. It was during these formative years, amidst the bustling cafes and grand avenues of the Austrian capital, that Hitler's worldview began to take shape. The seeds of his radical ideology were sown in the fertile ground of his artistic frustrations and the turbulent political climate of early 20th century Vienna. The city was a melting pot of nationalities and ideologies, and Hitler was exposed to a potent mix of German nationalism, anti-Semitism, and social Darwinism. These ideas resonated with his own sense of resentment and alienation, gradually shaping his worldview into one that would have devastating consequences for the world. The young artist, who had once dreamed of capturing beauty on canvas, would go on to unleash unimaginable horrors upon humanity, his artistic aspirations forever overshadowed by the dark legacy of his political ambitions. Adolf Hitler's dietary choices have been a subject of much speculation and debate among historians. While his name is synonymous with the horrors of the Holocaust, Hitler himself adhered to a vegetarian diet, abstaining from meat and promoting animal welfare initiatives within Nazi Germany. This seemingly paradoxical aspect of his character has puzzled many and continues to be a source of fascination. Some historians believe that Hitler's vegetarianism stemmed from his deep-seated love for animals, a trait he reportedly exhibited from a young age. Evidence suggests that Hitler had a genuine aversion to the consumption of meat, finding the practice distasteful and even cruel. He reportedly had a particular fondness for dogs and was known to be deeply affected by the suffering of animals. This compassion, however, did not extend to human beings, as evidenced by the atrocities committed under his regime. This stark contrast between his personal dietary choices and his genocidal policies underscores the complexities and contradictions inherent in Hitler's character. Others argue that Hitler's vegetarianism was rooted in his hypochondria and obsession with personal hygiene. He was known to be a germaphobe, and his strict diet may have been an attempt to control his environment and minimize his exposure to perceived health risks. Hitler's personal physician, Theodor Morell, also claimed that the Führer adopted a vegetarian diet on his recommendation to alleviate chronic digestive problems. Whatever the underlying motivations, Hitler's vegetarianism was not merely a personal choice. It became intertwined with Nazi ideology and propaganda. The Nazi regime promoted vegetarianism as a healthy and natural lifestyle, linking it to their vision of a strong and racially pure Germany. Animal welfare laws were enacted, and vivisection, the practice of performing operations on live animals for scientific research, was banned. The Nazis even established research centers dedicated to exploring alternative food sources, seeking to reduce Germany's reliance on meat production. This paradoxical juxtaposition of animal welfare initiatives alongside the systematic extermination of millions of human beings reveals the deeply disturbing and contradictory nature of the Nazi regime. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 proved to be a pivotal moment in Adolf Hitler's life, shaping his worldview and setting him on the path to infamy. Prior to the war, Hitler was a drifting young man, his artistic aspirations dashed, his future uncertain. However, the outbreak of hostilities ignited a fervent patriotism within him. He saw the war as an opportunity to prove himself and find meaning in the service of his adopted homeland, Germany. Volunteering for the Bavarian army, Hitler eagerly embraced the camaraderie and discipline of military life. Deployed to the Western Front, Hitler experienced the full horrors of modern warfare firsthand. He endured years of brutal trench warfare, witnessing the deaths of countless comrades and enduring poison gas attacks. These harrowing experiences left an indelible mark on his psyche, fostering a deep-seated hatred for those he perceived as responsible for Germany's defeat. Hitler's wartime experiences solidified his belief in the superiority of the German race and the need for a strong, united Germany to assert its dominance on the world stage. The humiliation of Germany's defeat in 1918 and the subsequent Treaty of Versailles fueled Hitler's resentment and anger. He, like many Germans, viewed the treaty as a vindictive and unjust punishment, blaming the Weimar Republic's democratic government for accepting its harsh terms. The war had shattered his faith in traditional institutions and fueled his belief in the need for radical solutions to Germany's problems. He emerged from the trenches a changed man, deeply scarred by the horrors he had witnessed and consumed by a burning desire for revenge. The seeds of Nazi ideology were sown in the trenches of the Western Front. Hitler's wartime experiences, coupled with his pre-existing prejudices and the turbulent political climate of post-war Germany, created a fertile ground for his extremist views to take root and flourish. He channeled his anger and resentment into a potent political message, blaming Germany's woes on Jews, communists, and the weakness of the Weimar Republic. His wartime experiences provided him with a powerful narrative, allowing him to present himself as a battle-hardened veteran who understood the true meaning of sacrifice and national unity.